defensively might have set the tone there in that opening series and in the opening quarter. How much of that was the game plan to make sure you got to go off early?
The game plan is to win always. The individual accolades or stuff like that, it really don't matter to me unless we win. My game plan going into the game was just to set the tone, like you said, though. Honestly, I know what it takes to beat them. I've been around the last 4 years, and every time we play them, it's a game. That's one of our division rivals. They came into our house and took us ours. At the end of the day, we get another game. We get another opportunity to play them. So all the talking, everything that, was said at the end, it doesn't matter. We go out there the next game, and we need to get the job done.
Was there more intensity? Even before the game, it looked like the intensity had been ratcheted up a bit.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like I said, when you got two teams that's very competitive like us, we don't like losing. I don't like losing. I'm sure none of my boys like losing. They don't like losing. They came in here, they did the job. But at the end of the day, like I said, we get another opportunity, and we need to take advantage of it.
In what ways did you guys limit them according to the game plan and just maybe taking away some of their options?
I felt like we came out strong in the first half and we stopped the run. I felt like we forced Goff to make some bad passes and stuff like that. I feel like we got to put more pressure, though. I feel like that's one thing we got to continue to work in practice as a D-line. We got to put more pressure on the guys, so these quarterbacks can stop making these throws and take some pressure off our DBs.
What's keeping you guys from getting there?
I feel like it's just communication sometimes. We got to execute. We got to communicate and know the calls, and that's everybody across the board. I believe it was one call, I didn't hear because, the crowd noise and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, that's no excuse. You got to take full responsibility for everything. In a game like this, mistakes, just the little ones, are crucial. You can't make the crucial mistakes, and, we seen it, a close game like it was. It's key that you execute the fundamentals and everything that you go back to practice and do all week. I didn't have practice this week because I was sick and been in the hospital, but, my goal was to go out there and give everything I got for my boys, and, result, whatever it turned out, I just know I gave my all and my best.
What'd you have, Frank?
Pardon me?
What'd you have? Was it food poisoning?
Oh, yeah, I have food poisoning, man.
What did you eat so we know not to
don't eat turkey burgers by Butterball. It's not a good brand. I actually like Jenny O. The Butterball ones, they're kind of thicker, so it takes longer to cook through, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. How was it physically out there for you today?
Oh, man, it's hard, bro. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? My win, it wasn't where I needed it to be or where I wanted it to be. But at the end of the day, like I said, none of that matters to me, man. I looked at my boys, I look at the people who I've lost in my past and, things that my father, losing my father. I lost my father in the fire. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, nothing I go through is going to be harder than that. And that's how I look at this football stuff. I can go through anything in life, but it's not going to challenge me like that challenged me. So at the end of the day, me being in the hospital or not, me not being able to practice, I didn't look at that as an excuse for me not to go out there and get the job done on my side and to do what I have to do to be there for my teammates.
When did you get sick and when did you feel well again?
Well, I got sick on Wednesday. I'm going through walkthroughs and I just didn't feel right. Immediately knew I didn't feel right. Talked to my staff and they sent me home, and I was home basically until today.
How much weight did you lose?
I lost about 12 pounds, but got it back. Got what I needed back just so I can go out there and compete today.
8 IVs, you said?
8 IVs, yeah. 8 IVs later, and I was back on my feet. And that was the main thing. I just wanted to get my fluids back in me. I know I had lost a lot throwing up. I've been throwing up nonstop for the last, 48 hours. So, once I knew I get my fluids back, I knew I was going to be able to come out here and compete.
Well, you did more than that. You got your first interception.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. Had a good defense by my rook. My rook played some good D. Bobby tipped it. We believe in tips and overthrows in our in that defensive room. So at the end of the day, to help my teammates, I got my first career interception. Yes.
Were you really thinking about pitching it back? Bradley said that was the conversation.
Yeah, I was going to pitch it back. I'm hearing him in my ear talking about pitch it. And I looked and I seen Brandon Cooks. I think he runs like a 4.2 or something like that. I see Todd, running from my left, and I know I just juked these old linemen. So I knew something was bound to happen. I didn't want to be the D lineman who got, stripped after an interception or a good play.
Did you have 100 yards in you?
Oh, man, I don't know. That was a long one right there, man. Probably if I wouldn't been in the hospital, I would have had it in me. But I was out there with noodle legs, so I had to take the fall so we could just walk away with the turnover.
Since Friday you were in the hospital?
No, since Wednesday. I actually been in the hospital.
Yeah,
I've been in the hospital. I went to the hospital twice since Wednesday. Like I said, 8 IVs, all types of pills and stuff. I don't even like pills, but whatever they said to do to get me back out here, you know, I was willing to go through.
Was there any ever a point where you feel back to 100% before this, or are you still a little bit under it?
No, I'm not 100% right now. With anything I'm going through, I feel like I got, you know, you go through stuff all season. That's why I say none of it matters at the end of the day, because you got to be able to come out here and compete. You know, if you feel for your teammates, if you got a heart, any type of heart or any type of nuts, you go out there and compete, no matter what the cause is, no matter what's going on, because you got people at home who's relying on you. And that's how I look at it. I look at it like, you know, my family is relying on me to get the job done, whether I'm sick or not. My teammates, my rookies, you know, the guys behind me, they relying on me to get the job done. My DBs, Bobby, you know, so it can make it easier on them. And I feel like games like this where we allow it to get away from it, it's on the guys like the D-line. When you look down the board and you look at the stats and you see the pressures and you see the quarterback hits and the sacks, they aren't where they're supposed to be. And I take it personally. So at the end of the day, what I'm going to do is go back in there, let everybody know, you know, we got to refocus, get back in the lab, and go out to London and prepare and get this W.
What was said after the game? You said it doesn't matter what was said after the game. Was there some talking afterwards?
It wasn't really nothing talked about. They got chippy. At the end of the day, we play chippy all the time. I play chippy. Everybody in the league knows how I play. I don't back down from nobody. And at the end of the day, if they fear you, they fear you. I feel like they was quiet the whole game until we got to the end, and they want to, you know, start with the hoorah. At the end of the day, they know what's up. We'll see them again. They'll see us again, and we'll see them in LA.
What makes them so difficult to defend?
They got a good offensive strategy. I feel like Todd and you know, that quarterback, I feel like they did a great job. You got the offensive, you know, the head coach calls they play, so obviously he's doing a good job as well. So hats off to them. They 5-0. Can't wait to play them again.
What did you think? It looked like maybe they were going to punt it, and then you have to go back on the field for the fourth down.
It shows the type of guys they are. You know, I appreciate it, honestly. It shows that, you know, they love to compete. At the end of the day, when you have trust in your offense, why wouldn't you? I wouldn't have punted the ball if I was a coach or if I was a quarterback. You know, I'm sure he felt like they had the momentum. He felt like, you know, they could win the game. And he took it on them, and he got the job done. Thank God we got another opportunity.
With the interception return, had you had the ball in your hands in high school? Were you a tight end or something? Do you have a history of that?
Yeah, I was a tight end back in the day. I played a little bit of, you know, offense, so I knew what to do with the ball. Back in Muni League, I used to tote the balls and running back too, so I knew what to do a little bit when I got the ball in my hands.
When you're almost certain they're going to do a quarterback sneak there, how do you defend a sneak? When you're looking for such little yardage,
it's
what
hard.
is your job?
I believe they had about 5 inches to go, so honestly, it's hard to defend that. If you're a good offense, you better get 5 inches. And at the end of the day, that's what they got. It wasn't like one of those long plays, you know. It was a long drive. It was one of those, you know, dugout things. And at the end of the day, like I said, we got another opportunity. I can't wait to play them again.
All right, we got to let Frank.